So ankle rehab, it's really useful to imagine that the ability of the tibia to kind of like externally rotate on top of the talus is the thing that creates the most open space for the joint. And so I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can create that space yourself. One of them, if you get a band, place it just below your two ankle nubs by the side. They're called your lateral medial malleoli, or malleolus singular. Take a band, drive it back towards you and down. I'd also have this tied off on a machine if you didn't want to hate your life. And then drive your knee forward as far as it comfortably goes, driving it outwards at the same time. So you're kind of maximizing the space inside of this joint, while simultaneously facilitating the way that the talus should glide backward as your foot moves towards your shin. After you've created that space, and I would do this for reps, so I do this somewhere between 5 and 10 times. Maybe holding it for an extra second at the bottom, and anytime you feel that like lack of space. The other thing that'll happen is if you're bad at grounding your foot, you might notice that your toe kind of rocks off of the table as you try to drive your knee out. So you want to drive your knee out, but keep that big toe grounded down. Sometimes you might even need to do a little bit of assist for that. Once you've done that work of mobilizing, you can use the band as a way to facilitate the kind of grounding of the foot. So I'm going to put a ton of tension on this band. I'm going to keep my big toe and my big toe knuckle slammed into the floor. And then I can do this a couple different ways. I can do this either as like a half lunge, where I'm actively driving my knee out as far as it goes, keeping that pressure on my big toe. And this is a really great thing to try to fail at. So if I just lose that pressure of my foot, the band snaps away. And if I want to turn this into something more dynamic, say I'm working on a lunge pattern movement, I can take my really wide stance, create that ton of tension, drive out, maybe even play around a little bit at the bottom, see if I can drive that knee out even wider before I come back. And this can be a great prequel to something like a step down squat, where I can find that same grounding that I found in my foot before, initiate at the hip, come on down with a nice, easy tempo, tons of control, and then drop back. And like, do that or don't, I don't know. I'm not your dad.